Greetings and salutations, witches and friends. This is your girl Sage, aka Sage the Urban Witch, and welcome to my second channel. I am Everyday Tarot, where we read tarot and divination for everyday people living extraordinary lives, specifically for my collective Scorpios, okay? So hey Scorpios, what's up? All right? Yeah. So today, you guys, I have a channel message for you. And as I was meditating, I kept getting, the words them versus you, them versus you. But them versus you in terms of, Scorpio, there is someone that is mad that you are that girl, that guy, and they're super basic, okay? So this could be one person, dear one, this could be a group, but this is some information, this is a download that I received from Spirit, okay? And this is for you guys. So first of all, Scorpio, who are you, okay? Who are you that people seem to be so resentful of because you're representing that it girl or that it guy energy, okay? Well, dear one, first of all, I'm hearing from Spirit that you are someone that is very, very beautiful, very attractive, and you may not have the type of beauty or attraction that is very, standard, very status quo, okay? In other words, you may not be the ideal European or mainstream standard of beauty, but there's definitely something about you, Scorpio, that sticks out. It makes you very unique, very one of a kind, where people actually have to do a double take and say, who is that, okay? Who is that girl? Who is that guy, okay? It's something about your aura. It's something about your energy, okay? So Scorpio, you're very, very beautiful. You're very attractive. And now in comparison to this person that is super basic, this is someone, dear one, where, unlike you that exude natural beauty and, a type of rare, unique beauty that causes one to do a double take, okay? And people can decide if it's your eyes, is it your lips, is it your high cheekbones, is it your, whatever it is, because it's a combination, I'm hearing from Spirit, of both internal and external qualities that, composes your entire beauty, okay? But in comparison to someone else, dear one, that is super basic, this is someone, dear one, they can't even leave out of the house without having, a pile of makeup on. They can't really do anything on the spur of the moment because everything has to be planned, okay? This person, they're not very authentic. Everything has to be staged. I'm hearing lights, camera, action. And this could be someone, dear one, this could be someone, Scorpio, where they are in the public eye, but they're still very super basic, okay? They have their entourage, yes. They have their yes men, their no men, whatever the case, or their yes men, their yes girls, whatever the case may be around them, feeding their delusional ego and, telling them all the things that they want to hear, Scorpio. But at the end of the day, this person, they have to be propped up. They can't really stand on their own 2 feet. They really don't have any merit in and of themselves, okay? It's like they have a lot of extras around them, So, when it comes to their beauty, they have lots of makeup. They may have to hire, people to dress them, they have to have on a ton of makeup, they can't, go outside with just a plain face or a natural face, okay, just, pop it off and rock it with some lip gloss and, keep it moving. They can't do that, okay? So this person, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit, in terms of you versus them, okay, you are that it girl, okay, you are that it guy, okay, how you dress, okay, bro, you come together well put, you're very well groomed, and I'm hearing from Spirit, you make the outfit, the outfit doesn't make you. So you make something look good and then people want to buy it and then they have no idea that it didn't cost that much. You may have gotten it from a consignment shop or this and that, but by the time you put it on, okay, and your energy, your aura is all on that thing, everybody else is trying to copy you, okay? But in comparison to someone else, dear one, that is super basic, this person needs help, okay? They need a stylist. They need someone to do their hair. They need someone to do their makeup, or they need to, watch a lot of tutorials. They need to watch people and watch for trends. This is a person that they don't set trends. They follow trends. So they're definitely not a leader. They're a follower. But then they try to, hawk and taunt and, talk about, someone like you, Scorpio, and you yourself, okay? But, behind the scenes, they're trying to copy everything that you do, okay? But they just don't want to give you credit because you are that it girl. You are that it guy, Scorpio. And this person or these people, dear one, they're super basic. So super basic in terms of, their physical aesthetic, okay, versus your physical aesthetic. Natural beauty, your natural beauty versus the fact that, they ain't got none. Everything has to be, painted on, glossed on. Everything has to, it's a facade, okay? And they don't show their real self, okay? Their fashion, they have none. It's how other people dress them. It's whatever they deem to be the latest fashion or trends, okay? Again, this person's a follower, so they are definitely super basic, okay? And then also, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit, super basic when it comes to ideas and creativity, okay? I'm hearing from spirit, Scorpio, that you're the type of person where you definitely think outside of the box, okay? You're not into and you're not interested in trying to do what other people do, okay? So there could be something that you're doing and people may find it to be odd or strange, or you're going against the grain. People may even call you a rebel, okay? Whereas this other person, dear one, they live for the validation of other people, okay? So this could be someone, dear one, they could be in a career or a business where they could have been doing it, for a very long time, and they're miserable at it, but they don't have the courage. They don't have the wherewithal to do something else, to do really what they want to do, because they're so invested in being loved and being liked and being validated by the people around them, their peers, their network, or even their parents or people in their family. So essentially they have allowed someone else, Scorpio, to hijack their life, yeah? Whereas when it comes to you, you live for yourself. You live and do what makes you happy. You utilize the talents, gifts, and skills that you have, okay? And you're doing something, I'm hearing from spirit, that is very unorthodox. So if the way for everybody else to do it is to go to quote unquote school or to the uni to get that particular degree, if they come from a family where everyone in their family was a nurse and they are a nurse too, but they're miserable, okay? But then at the same time, dear one, they're over here all over in your Kool-Aid, don't know the flavor, hemming and hawing and jaw jacking, talking about you, and whatever it is that you're doing, dear one, you're happy. I'm hearing from spirit, you guys have gotten it out the mud, whatever you're doing, whether it's your business or, some type of career, it's some type of passion, some type of hobby, something that you have turned into a real niche, a real lucrative endeavor for yourself, okay? In the beginning stages, it may have been slow going, and you may have had this person and also people like them, dear one, that are very basic and need for people to tell them what to do and how to do it, okay? They were all over looking on your side of the fence, what you got going on, and laughing and saying, that's not going to make any money. You're not going to be, successful. Nobody's going to know you. Ain't nobody going to buy that. Ain't nobody going to wear that, okay? But fast forward to now, dear one, whatever it is that you're doing, Scorpio, I'm hearing from spirit that it is definitely hidden, okay? And so now the super basic person is very, very jealous about what you got going on, and a lot of them, dear one, behind your back, they're trying to copy you, okay? They're trying to steal and copy your intellectual and creative shit, okay? So for those of you guys that you're on the rise, okay, you are that star quickly rising, spirit wants to remind you guys to make sure that you cross your T's and dot your I's, because you have some copycats out there, and it is the ones, dear one, that can't think for themselves. It is the ones, dear one, that they have no creative bone in their body, but yet they want to try to jack your shit and then talk about you at the same time and pretend as though your ideas and your innovation came from them. This is someone, dear one, this super basic person, come through spirit, this is someone that they really want to steal your ideas as their own, and then tell everybody that they helped you. Tell everybody that they helped you, climb up the ranks. So this is someone, dear one, they're like a clout chaser, and they really want to get, some type of prop, some type of credit. They want to attach their name to yours, okay? They want to latch onto you and ride your train, dear one, without doing any of the work, without putting in any of the, blood, sweat, and tears, none of the sweat equity. They saw you do it. They saw you grind, and they talked about you when whatever it is that you were doing was in seed form and it wasn't quite hitting, it wasn't quite there yet. And now that it is, dear one, now they want to jump on the bandwagon, okay? But it's a no-go, okay? This person is lame and access is denied. But beware, Scorpio, because this is definitely someone that I'm hearing from spirit that is mad that you are that girl, that guy, and they're super basic. And I'm also hearing super lame, okay? And then one last stream that I'm hearing from spirit, in the love and friend department, okay? Let's talk about this person. This person, dear one, they're super basic and they're super lame because, they like to chase people. They chase the idea of love rather than, the real thing. And this is the type of person, dear one, they have no stamina. They have no staying power. They're not in it to win it. They're in it for, attention. They want to date someone because they want to make someone else jealous, preferably someone that they were currently dating, or someone that, they still want to date, or someone that they still have on the side. This is someone, dear one, this basic person, they are a triangulator. Before they get into one situation or a new situation, they haven't yet closed the cycle out or the door out on the other. So they have this mismatch hodgepodge of energies that's all circling around them. This person has a lot of attachments. They have a lot of attachments spiritually. They have a lot of attachments physically. So, this would be the type of person, dear one, they will definitely lie and say they're single, but they're not, okay? There's a baby mama or 1, 2, 3, or 4 back in the cut, hiding somewhere, lurking, ready to pop out and ready to slash your tires and claim that this person is their man. And basically, this person, dear one, they're everybody's man. Okay, or woman, they're super basic. They're for everybody. They're for the streets, okay? And this person shapeshifts into whoever they're with wants them to be. So this person really doesn't have any identity. Now, in comparison to you, Scorpio, you're the type of person I'm hearing from spirit. You're one of a kind. And who you are today is who you're going to be tomorrow in terms of, your morals, your moral code, your ethics, okay, your personality, things of that nature. You're not some shapeshifter where, you're this way one way and then you're that way tomorrow. You don't shapeshift. You don't, you're not, wishy-washy, okay? Who you are is who you are, okay? I'm hearing like it or leave it alone. That's you, Scorpio, okay? And so when it comes to friendships and when it comes to relationships, dear one, I'm hearing that you are that girl, you are that guy because you're very loyal. People know when they get around you, once you have vetted them out and you have deemed them to be, on your level and, down to be on your team, you're definitely the type of person where you're loyal. You can keep secrets, okay? You will have that person's back, okay? You will come to that person's rescue, You don't see friendships or relationships as just convenient, okay? Well, I'm going to see you and I'm going to love you and I'm going to like you whenever it's convenient for me, but whenever it's going to cause me to have to, go the extra mile or to really, put my convenience aside or, take a trip that I don't want to take a ride or pick you up or do this or do that or show, with action behind my words that I love you or like you. I don't want to do all of that. I'm just for the show of it. I'm just for the thrill of it. I'm just for the passion and, the pleasure of it. Okay. That's this person, dear one, that is super lame and super basic. But you, dear one, you're very different. Okay. People know that you're a tried and true one. Okay. When everyone else fails them, dear one, they know that if it comes down to the wire and they're afraid for their life or they really need someone to come to their rescue or help them, it doesn't matter what time they call you, Scorpio, you're going to be there, okay? I'm hearing that song, that old school song, got to be there. I think something like that. Be there in the morning when she says hello to the world. Come through, spirit. Old school. Yeah. You're the one, dear one. You're going to be there. Okay. And people can rely on you. You're very loyal. You also, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit, you have a lot of integrity. You have a lot of honesty and character. So if someone tells you a secret, you're not going to run off and tell everybody else their business. Okay. Your mouth definitely knows how to hold water. Okay. Also, dear one, you're going to be honest with a person. You're like, that's what being a friend, a true friend, a real friend, or a true lover, a partner partner is all about. I'm not going to just tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And sometimes it may not feel good. Sometimes it might hurt, but I'm saying it out of love. Okay. If I'm telling you, hey, partner, you need to tighten up. Okay. You need to get your weight up. You need to take care of that. Okay. Then you need to do that. I'm not telling it to hurt you or to crush you. I'm telling it to uplift you. Okay. And so, you're very real. Okay, Scorpio. And this is what causes you to be that girl, that guy, because people that don't want to be lied to, people that don't want to live in a fantasy land, in some type of la land, they want to pick someone like you, Scorpio, to be on their team. Okay, whether it's for intimacy, friendship, business, or whatever the case may be, as opposed to this other person, dear one, that is super lame, okay, and super basic. This person just wants someone to tell them, that they're the best, okay. This person ain't got up off their ass to do nothing, okay. This person is behind. They're in arrears on child support, okay. They owe the IRS, they're in $13,000 or more worth of debt, okay. They're investing in liabilities rather than assets, okay. Everything that they drive and what they live in got everybody's name on it but theirs, okay. This person, they're out of alignment with integrity. They're more invested in the appearance of appearing to be wealthy rather than really putting in the work to be wealthy. So this person, dear one, is uber lame, okay. I'm also hearing uber goofy. They're lame, goofy, and basic, okay, which is the exact opposite of you, dear one. And they're mad that you are the truth, okay. You're the real deal, okay. You're the real deal in the field, okay. And they just out there playing, okay. And they need to go have several seats, okay, Scorpio. So in a nutshell, Scorpio, this is today's tea, okay, today's channel message in terms of Scorpio. They're mad that you are that girl, that guy. And meanwhile, they're super basic. Okay? All right. And so until next time, you guys, stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay great. Peace.